Hello physios, get back to my channel. Today we will learn on physiology counter current mechanism, which is take parts in kidney. What is this mechanism? We will see. And this is the notes, can you also write in exam pattern. It is a U-shaped tubules flow of fluid in opposite direction in two limbs. As there are two limbs, ascending and descending limbs of the nephron part of the kidney, and there is a counter current multiplier and counter current exchanger in this mechanism. What does the counter current multiplier mean? It occurs in loop of Henle and responsible for the development of your hyperosmolarity, in which it takes part in medulla, interstitial fluid and the gradient. It means there is some of the difference between in this interstitial fluid and the medulla. And the role for this, it is loop of Henle in juxtamedullary nephrons, and it plays a major role in the counter current multiplier because of it is having the long loop and the deeper part of the medulla, which is a characteristic for the juxtamedullary nephrons. And the main reason for hyperosmolarity of the medulla, as there is a active reabsorption of your NaCl and other solutes from the ascending limb of Henle's loop, so that there will be an increase in osmolarity. So that's what we will say in hyperosmolarity and getting diffused into the descending limb of Henle's loop, and they again reach to the ascending limb via, so it will be an hairpin bend like, and by recirculated between the two limbs, ascending and descending limb, so there is some small amount of excretion between this. By this, there is also an addition of more and more number of new sodium and chloride ions to increase more hyperosmolarity of the medullary interstitial fluid and the medullary gradient. So this is the counter current multiplier which occurs between the hyperosmolarity of medullary interstitial fluid and the medullary gradient. And the factors for this are reabsorption of sodium from collecting duct, which occurs in medullary interstitial, and also addition to the osmolarity of inner medulla. Inner and outer medulla there will be two, but in this reabsorption of sodium will takes in inner medulla. And next is there is a recirculation of urea, which in this collecting duct, as we know, it is impermeable to the urea, and however due to some water reabsorption from the DCT, your collecting duct, presence of your antidiuretic hormone urea concentration can increase in collecting duct. So urea will be diffusing from inner medullary part of CD to the interstitium, and continuous diffusion there will be more amount of concentration in inner medulla. So it leads to hyperosmolarity of interstitial in inner medulla. Urea will be entering into the ascending limb of DCT, then to CD. By this way, the urea will be recirculation. So this is the recirculation of urea and helps in hyperosmolarity of the inner medullary interstitium. And there are some of the urea transporters for this UTA1, UTA3, which ought to be activated by ADH, antidiuretic hormone. And next is counter current exchanger. It acts for the vasa recta and to maintain medullary gradient. So it acts in passive transport. And in this, vasa recta runs parallel to the loop of Henle. So its descending limb runs along the ascending limb. So it will be in parallel together between the two Henle's loop. And the ascending limb runs along with the descending limb of the Henle's loop. As there is a sodium chloride in reabsorption from the ascending limb of Henle's loop, entering into the medullary interstitium, then enters into the descending limb of vasa recta. And there will be simultaneously water diffuses from the descending limb of vasa recta to the medullary interstitium. And next, the blood flows slowly through vasa recta. sodium chloride will be accumulating in the descending limb of vasa recta and flows into the ascending limb. By this time, in ascending limb of vasa recta, the blood will be reaching. So, sodium chloride concentration getting increased. Then, sodium chloride entering into the medullary interstitium, and simultaneously water enters into the medullary interstitium also to the ascending limb of vasa recta. Therefore, sodium chloride diffuses out, enters interstitial medulla, and water diffuses into the blood. Thus, vasa recta retains sodium chloride and removes the water from medullary interstitial fluid along the sodium chloride urea, and it enters into the descending limb of vasa recta. When blood passes through the ascending limb of vasa recta and will be urea diffusing back into the medullary interstitium along with the sodium chloride. So here sodium chloride and urea are exchanged between the ascending and descending limb of vasa recta. This is the counter current exchanger. This is all about the counter current exchanger and counter current multiplier. This is the counter current mechanism, and you can see here this picture counter current mechanism to which concentration it lies within ascending and descending amount. You can see the reabsorption and secretion between the concentration outer medulla and inner medulla. This is also enough to be differentiate between the hyperosmolality of the interstitial fluid and the medullary gradient. Thanks for watching my channel.